Hey guys, Alan Corey here, and welcome to the House of AC. Today we're going to talk about growing or killing your real estate portfolio through property management. Now, the timing of whether you self-manage, start your own property management company, or outsource to another property management company is crucial in growing your real estate portfolio. I've done it. I've started my own property management company. I've grown it. I've shrunk it. I've grown it again. I've learned a lot through my mistakes that I'm going to share with you today. So for you investors that have maybe 1, 2, up to 5 properties, I would recommend you self-manage. Hopefully these properties are within a 30 to 60 minute drive of your home to do this effectively. And you can keep your day job while still doing this on your first 5 properties. And what you want to do at this stage is really learn about your properties and learn about your tenant base. And the only way you're going to do that is if you do it yourself. So what do I mean by learning? Well, when you show tenants your properties, pay really close attention to the questions that they're asking. Are they asking, is this near a dog park? Are they asking, hey, is this all electrical, or is there gas bills in this property? And really get to the reason why, because this will help you grow your empire. You want to understand what your tenants want. If they only want to deal with one electrical bill and they want a property that's all electric, this is going to tell you, oh, maybe my next property I should have only electric utilities. If they're always asking about dog parks, you can say, hey, I need to start investing around dog parks. Whatever the question may be, every region, every town, every tenant class, and every asset class that you're going to invest in is going to have these questions from tenants, and you really got to understand their wants and needs to be an effective landlord. So, doing that yourself is what I'd recommend on your first 5 properties. Also crucial during this stage is curating a list of vendors that you trust. You want to get 3 quotes for everything. It doesn't matter how small or big the task is. Spend the time up front on these first 5 properties, getting 3 quotes for every leak, 3 quotes for every repair, and really finding a team, an extended team that you trust. This will grow with you later, and you're really going to want to find the team now and put in the effort now to find a plumber that's going to show up on time, who's going to do work that you're proud of and that he's proud of. And if he or she does a poor job, do they come back and fix it? This is very important come later when you grow your real estate portfolio. So really spend the time now understanding your tenants on your first 5 properties and growing your extended vendor team. So on properties 5 through 10, I also recommend you self-manage, but at this stage, you want to have a focus on efficiency. So what do I mean by that? Well, it's time to maybe not do everything so mom and pop and invest in a property management software. Typically, if you have 10 properties or fewer, it's free. A lot of these software property management companies want you to kind of get hooked when you're early stage of real estate investing, and they'll provide the properties for 10 or fewer, and then you can grow with it from there. Why this is helping in efficiency? Well, all your reporting's in one place. You don't have different spreadsheets everywhere. Tenants can report repairs needed or communicate all on a portal, so you don't have emails from here and texts from here. You just say, hey, all communication needs to go through this portal, and it really creates some streamlining to your processes and allow you to manage 10 properties while also keeping your day job, whatever it may be. Further, if you've created a team that you trust of vendors through your first 5 properties and you really understand your tenants, it'll help in cutting you out as a middleman. So what I typically do is on the software portal, I'll list all my vendors and their phone numbers. I'll put it in the lease as well, and also print it out and put it on the refrigerator for when they move in. So it says, if you have a roach, you call this number. If you've got a leak, call this number. If you have whatever issue that they possibly could have, I've got a number of a vendor associated with it. That way I am no longer being contacted for repairs. I am out of the loop. Before, the tenant would call me, I would call the vendor would give me some times, I would call the tenant, confirm those times, call back and confirm with the vendor, and it was just sucking up all my time. But now, because I trust my tenant, I understand my tenant base, and I trust my vendors, and I understand them, I just say, call each other, you're both adults, work it out, and the vendor's going to send me the bill directly. This is going to be crucial to your efficiency and not running ragged as you own 5 to 10 properties in real estate. The next stage of your real estate career, properties 11 through 100. This is when I'd recommend you outsource and hire a professional property management company for your properties. The reason for this is you're good at what you're doing. You've got 10 properties. You're probably an expert at this stage, and you need to focus and really concentrate and put all your effort in that expertise. And that expertise is going to be finding new deals to buy, evaluating those deals, and finding a way to finance those deals. So put all your time and energy in those baskets and spend the money to hire a property management company when you're growing your real estate empire. Now that you have a portfolio of 11 or more properties, property management companies are going to be excited to talk to you. Previously, you might have gotten quotes when you had fewer properties in the 10 to 15% range to manage your properties. But when you come to them and say, I've got 10, 20, 30 homes, that quote is going to be roughly in the 4 to 6% range. The reason for this is to run an effective property management company, you almost want as few owners as possible. But you want those owners to have as many properties as possible. A lot of the work in property management is owner communication, where that's onboarding their properties, sending them reports, giving them updates. If you can condense that and just give one owner an update on 10 properties at once, that's much more effective than giving 10 owners one update each. So when you come to a property management company with a large portfolio, they love talking to you. If at this stage you're thinking about starting a property management company, I'd maybe hold off. Again, this is the stage you want to be focusing on acquiring as many properties as possible. Possibly you want to sell some properties and upgrade them into something bigger, but that is really all your time and energy should be going into right now. Moving along to properties 100 or more, this is what I'd recommend starting your own property management company. You're going to get much better discounts at this scale. What I mean by that is you no longer need a team of vendors. You can hire them in-house. You can have your own handyman in-house, your own leasing agent in-house. And this is really going to benefit you as you grow your empire for 100 units or more. Also, I would resist the urge of property managing for others. You really want to just focus on your own properties. I've gotten into some uncomfortable situations where maybe I've got a similar product for lease as one of my clients. And, do I show them the 2-bedroom, 1-bath that's my client's, or do I show them my 2-bedroom, 1-bath? And am I going to be biased or not? And I found myself really struggling to handle those situations where I may have competing products with my own clients. Also, within owning your own property management company, it's crucial to have a very narrow focus. And that focus needs to be multifaceted. You need to have a narrow region that you're going to be focusing on, and also an asset class. Whether you have your in-house team or a curated team at this stage, it's going to go a long way because your processes and systems are important. If you have a low-income housing property that you're managing, whether it's yours or someone else's, those tenants have different needs and wants than a luxury housing tenant. For instance, low-income housing may not have internet access, and they can't access the portal, and don't know how to make payments, or they don't have a bank to do the wires or the ACH transfers. And a luxury tenant may have all those needs, and you don't want to have different processes for different properties. It's just going to be a headache that you're going to run into. Secondly, your vendor or your staff is not going to have the skill set for that wide range. You may have an excellent carpenter who can install hardwood flooring in your rental properties, but if you have a need now to install linoleum flooring, they may not know how to do it. So they're going to learn on the fly and do a poor job. So if you're catering to all these different types of tenants and clients and properties and different zip codes, you're going to say, for this property, call this address or call this phone number. And for this address, I want you to do this process and this system. And that's just going to be impossible to staff up. if you train one staff member to understand the nuances of each property, and that staff member leaves, it's going to be really hard to train the next person and then the next person. And then what you're going to do is just say, hey, I'm just going to do it myself. And then you're spending all your time on all these unique processes of property management instead of growing your property management company or growing your real estate empire. So hopefully you can take all of these mistakes and lessons that I've learned and apply it to your own craft as you grow your real estate empire, as the timing of doing your own management or outsourcing the management or starting your own property management company is crucial in growing your real estate empire. Thanks for checking out the House of AC, and I'll see you next time.